Welcome back, Dynamite Pack, to another video. In this video, we're going to look at the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Alright, this is what the Pokemon community has been asking for, an open world Pokemon game. It definitely has some Breath of the Wild feels, and people are comparing it to Breath of the Wild a lot, but I'm okay with that. And I think, too, one thing I'll say about the graphics, because I know that's been a big topic on Twitter and places, is the game's not finished. And it's not supposed to release until next year, like maybe March next year, I would guess. This time around this time next year. So, with that being said, I think what they showed us was just, what they were able to work on, and I think a lot of the graphics are going to improve, especially now that they kind of have some, I don't know if they're paying attention to feedback or not, but if they are, they have it now, so they can go from there and see what they want to work on before release. So obviously the game isn't finished yet. This is just for the purposes of announcing the game, getting people excited about it, tell them, hey, this is what we're working on, and this is what's coming. So, with that being said, let's jump into it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it, and yeah, let's talk about it.
This is a tale from a long, long time ago, when the Sinnoh region was still only a vast wilderness. A certain village bustled with the comings and goings of people.
I think it looks really cool.
Seas, Pokemon
it looks good. It looks really good. Definitely gives me Breath of the Wild vibes. It even says, game footage not final. So this is just to really early rendering of what the game could look like. And I think it's cool to point out that like right here the grass kind of looks dark. Maybe there could be some seasons within the game where the landscape could kind of change based on the time of year. I don't know if they're going for that, but that would be a cool little extra feature. Or if it just changes based on type of environment, maybe. But I thought that was interesting. Color, the grass looks kind of gray. I don't know if it's going to become more green, or if it's, like I said, maybe it's a seasonal thing that the environment's going to change, and maybe Pokemon will change with the environment. I don't know if they didn't talk about that, but, it just kind of, some of the things that we saw kind of leave me wondering about some of that, is that a possibility in this game? Or is it just, certain specific environments are going to always look a certain way? But definitely I could see potential for them, if they're not doing it in this game, to do that in a future game. Kind of with, Animal Crossing changes the view of your island with the seasons, and maybe certain areas could look different in different times of the year. I think that would be a really cool thing. And then maybe you that could affect the type of Pokemon you find in there. So it would kind of, doing something like that in a Pokemon game, really, if you think about it, would really be really cool, because throughout the year it would give you a reason to continue to play the game, because you're going to see different kinds of Pokemon appear based on the weather and the seasons. So I think in the future that would be something really cool for them to look into. So I don't know if it's a thing in this game. They didn't say otherwise, but it just something that popped in my head while watching this trailer. But this part's really cool, that you can just go up and catch a Pokemon, or you can choose to engage a battle. And I'm thinking maybe there'll be some sort of button or an option for you to either attempt to just catch it, or if you decide you need to battle it. I'm sure there's going to be something there that, how that's going to work. But yeah, very just feels like real life Pokemon. So there's some of the battling there. It just looks good. Like, see, that was another clip that made me think maybe there's gonna be seasons. Like, let's look back at these. I don't know if it's gonna be like Sword and Shield Wild area has specific environments, right? That kind of feel like they could be for different seasons and stuff, but and I don't think the environment was changing. Let's watch it again. So that's like right there. So it is different environments, but there are some elements that kind of make me feel like maybe there's gonna be some seasons in the game, but maybe not. I don't know. Like this is more like a flower spring vibe that I get, and then you have that like sunset fall vibe. I don't know if they're just trying to subtly hint that there's gonna be seasons or not. I mean, I don't care either way. It's just a cool idea to think about, I guess. And also notice the Pikachu back there. Just wild Pikachu hanging out. So Pikachu is going to be in the Sinnoh region to catch in the wild. Let's keep watching. And then that's like your base, your town home base. And then these are your starter options. I love, let me just say, I love that they mixed up the starters. And I feel like that's a cool potential moving forward. It kind of feels like, it kind of makes me think about like the Pokemon Journeys anime that's currently playing, where Ash and Go are like based in one area, but they're traveling all over to other regions. So I think this kind of sort of brings in that idea of like they don't have to be all locked to one specific region. Like these starters are all different regions, and they've been brought here, and you get to choose one of them for your partner Pokemon. And I think that's a cool idea, like moving forward. If they do a few more games like this in this series, I could potentially see them doing like 1 to 2 more. I don't see them doing more than 3 type of games like this, and unless it does really well and people really want it. But I don't see them going too overboard with this type of game. But I could definitely see like two, like I said, about 1 or 2 more, maybe set in different regions with different legendaries, and like have that like this similar kind of story of where it's like a wilderness or open world type thing. I could see them doing a few more like that. So I like this potential of mixing up some starters from different regions, and yeah, I think it's cool. And they did say that part of your quest, is to complete the first ever Sinnoh Pokédex. So that's really cool. There's no actual Pokédex in the game. I'm sure they're going to kind of keep track of what you're catching in some way, but that's going to be like the first ever created Pokédex. So I don't know if you get to like, I don't know how that's going to work. They didn't talk about that a whole lot. But and then the other part of the quest, we'll get to in a minute. I guess the story, I guess your main mission, I guess, in the game. So those are your 3 starters. I'm really not sure who I want. I'm kind of between Rowlet and Cyndaquil. And then they have this part here. The other part of the story is the legend and myth, I guess, of Arceus. So there's gonna be some story element, I guess, about like figuring out this Pokemon, or maybe finding it, or they're not really clear. They didn't give us answers, which I kind of like, that we're not completely spoiled, but we know we're gonna be going on some sort of mission quest to find out more about this Pokemon, and it's, I guess, maybe how it I don't know, I can't think here. But yeah, so those are the main 2 like objectives, I guess, of the game, is to complete the first ever Pokédex for the Sinnoh region, and to uncover the mystery of Arceus. So that's all we really know right now, but I'm excited. So yeah, it definitely looks cool. Comes out early next year. So yeah, I definitely think they're gonna make some improvements in the gameplay, and hopefully, the graphics. I'm not actually that upset with the graphics. I see a lot of potential with the graphics. Um, so I think if they can polish those up, and you know, get the gameplay good, and obviously they have a lot of time. They have a year. They're gonna work on this for a year. So, um, yeah, and it says footage used in the video includes games in development. So obviously they're definitely still working on it. They're gonna, polish it up and hopefully make it completely amazing. It already looks like super good. I'm so hyped with it, and I see the potential for them for this game and moving forward with, like I said, maybe a few more games in this style or in this series, where we get like some kind of background story about a legendary or mythical Pokemon, and we have to, explore the region and uncover the mysteries. I'm hyped. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.